This is one of the first civilizations in the world. They invented the plow, the wheel, and even the concept of zero. But who are they, and why should you care? Well, they're the Sumerians, and they lived in Mesopotamia, which is now modern-day Iraq, Kuwait, and Turkey. They started off as nomadic goat herders, but eventually settled down and created the world's first city. They called it Uruk, and it looked like this. It was big, impressive, and influential. In fact, the Sumerians are responsible for some of the most important inventions in history. I mean, they basically invented farming, which led to the development of the plow and the wheel. They also kept detailed financial records, which required them to come up with a system of numbers. And since they didn't have a symbol for the number zero, they used a special symbol to represent nothing. This was a huge deal because it's the basis for our modern number system. But as you can imagine, being one of the first civilizations to ever exist came with a lot of problems. So everyone just kind of did their own thing. And this led to a lot of chaos and confusion. I mean, just imagine the headache of trying to figure out who your next of kin are when everyone is just doing whatever. In order to solve this problem, the Sumerians turned to a very unlikely source for help, the king. Now, kings usually aren't known for their wisdom, but in this case, the king of Uruk was actually a pretty big brain. He realized that in order for the city to thrive, they needed to establish some rules, and he took it upon himself to do just that. He created a legal code called the Code of Ur-Nammu, which covered everything from marriage to inheritance to property rights. It was basically the rule book for the city of Uruk, and it was a huge success. The code brought order and stability to the city, and it allowed the Sumerians to continue to thrive. But as you can imagine, being one of the first civilizations to ever exist wasn't all sunshine and roses. There were a lot of problems that came with it. But the Sumerians were able to overcome those problems and create one of the greatest cities in the ancient world. So next time you're in Uruk, be sure to pay your respects to these ancient innovators. Thanks for watching. The mythical lost lands, ancient civilizations, hidden secrets, and ocean mysteries. This video, hit the subscribe button so you never miss an epic historical tale.